All right, folks, your friendly neighborhood old soldier coming back to you again from Robeson County, North Carolina, where the weather is, I guess, warm outside. I haven't been outside yet this morning. Um, First, prayers to those down in Louisiana hit by Hurricane Ida. Um, Prayers everybody's okay, and prayers for a speedy recovery. And if you're dependent on FEMA, the current administration, good luck. I had to put that out there. Anywho, anyhow, anyway, this is for you, Brother Kyle. I apologize for being AWOL for the last couple of days. Just been busy trying to get some things together as we are preparing to go on a little vacation, if you will. So yeah. But when we come back from our vacation, and I will be posting some videos from there, but when we get back, I will get back onto the 45 points of the communist plan to take over the United States and how that is still going on and what has been done, that kind of thing. But what I want to talk about today is our feckless, worthless, had to be bothered Commander-in-Chief, and I'm referring to the video clip of him at, I believe it was Andrews Air Force Base, when the remains of those service members killed in Kabul were coming in, and, he had to look at his watch. Not that Joe Biden can tell time, but, thought that was rather disrespectful. Not to mention the fact that, the blood is on his hands and on the hands of his sock puppet master, Barack Obama, which Barack already had blood on his hands from his 8 years of ineptitude, worthlessness, and piss poor leadership. Okay? The whole play the blame game. But anyway, so where is our leader? Oh, wait, we don't have one. There is no leadership in Washington, D.C. right now. None. There's none in Congress, in the Senate, nor the House. There's a definitive lack of leadership with the Department of Defense, starting with the chairman of the Joint Chiefs and the SecDef, and going right down the line. Old soldier, how can you say that? It's simple. They're too afraid to tell the president he's a flippin' moron and he needs to resign. They're playing the yes man game because they fear for their own careers. But yet, a brave and courageous lieutenant colonel from the United States Marines put it all on the line, put his entire career on the line to demand accountability and responsibility from his senior leadership. And he was relieved of command due to a lack of confidence in his ability to command. That's basically what they wrote up on his relief. And of course, he submitted a resignation letter. I imagine it's still pending from the Secretary of the Navy to approve. But I'm sure they'll be glad to let him go. You see, our DOD is too busy worrying about schooling our soldiers on the feelings of Steve who wants to be Eve and Eve who wants to be Steve, and that women with ponytails and fatigue uniform is what you need to concentrate on. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Sergeant Major of the Army Grinston. Tony. Worrying about crap like that instead of providing effective combat leadership. I get it. We need diversity in the ranks. I'm not opposed to that whatsoever. But when we make it our sole focus and our sole priority, then we have lost sight of what we're in the military for. That is to defend our nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And the fact that now they're willing to let the regular military pay for people to train whatever you call it. whatever. Transition. I'm going to do that crap, get out and pay for it, and then come back in. Stand by. Got to take a call. I'm back, folks. Had to take a phone call from my cousin. If you would keep him in your prayers. His wife just tested positive for the Chinese bioweapon, and he's got it too. And he had to take her to the hospital. So if you could keep them in your prayers, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, lack of leadership. Department of Defense, President, Congress. There is none. Worried about things that, honestly, in my day wouldn't have been tolerated. It still ought not to be tolerated. And what I mean is, that whole, I call it touchy feel-good training. There's too much of it in the military right now. And I'm of the opinion that it's making our military soft. Making our military question things that ought not to be questioned. Okay. See, in my day, if you were told to go clean the latrine, you got up and you went and cleaned the latrine. You didn't ask why. You didn't say, well, it's not my turn, or so-and-so needs to go do it. You just got up and you went and did it. You were told to take a hill. You went and took the hill, or you died trying. You might question the method in order to present a more viable alternative, but you just didn't question why. Get my point. And my son-in-law tells me things that goes on in his unit that I'm just marveled at. A few months, when he first joined, he kind of kept his hair close, like in basic training. And so one day he went and got a haircut, like he did in basic training, basically onion peel. And he was basically accused by an NCO in his company of being a potential white racist skinhead. And my son-in-law's answer was, no, Sergeant, I needed a haircut. It's hot outside. Head stays cooler this way. No. That indicates to me that you're potentially a white racist. My day, that would have never happened. Not without any other evidence other than just a haircut. You see, everything now, of course, here's the thing, what you got to realize. The military is a slice of everything American. Let me say it again. The military is a slice of everything American. It's a composite of our entire nation, to include in some aspects the entire world, because you do have foreign personnel in the United States military. Old soldier, how can that be? If a person has a legal residency visa, not a student visa, but a work visa, a living visa, permit, they can join the military and they can serve for X amount of years. And they have, at that point in time, they have two choices: apply for U.S. citizenship, or they have to leave the service. And I know for the Army, the highest rank they can attain is sergeant. In order for them to become staff sergeant or higher, they will have to obtain U.S. citizenship. But it's a diverse slice, the military, is what I'm getting at. That falls back on now the indoctrination our children are receiving in schools. I was watching a Prager University, interview with a teacher, I think it was in Southern California, that's an avowed communist who is trying to get his students to raise up in revolution and join Antifa. And this teacher would not give the interviewer the time of day. Of course, the interviewer kept following and kept asking questions. Anyway, I'm in one of those moods today, folks. I just, it irked me when I sit there and I watched the President of the United States look at his watch as dead U.S. service members who died in the defense of this country being offloaded from an aircraft. Their final remains now, mind you, and coming from theater to Dover, those final remains have not been cleaned up. They've not been put in their dress uniforms, nothing. So what's inside those caskets that are coming off the plane are the remains as is basically how they were picked up off the ground and placed into the containers. This man had the audacity to look down at his godforsaken watch, wondering what time it was, because he's a feckless, cowardly bastard. Him and his sock puppet master Barack Obama and his sock puppet master George Soros. Brave men and women have died, and this son of a bitch can only do is look at his damn watch. And our military leadership is more worried about, did we offend you today by yelling at you? Oh, ladies, you can wear your hair in a ponytail now in your fatigue uniform. That's just fine. That's fine. Folks, be prepared for the coming, because something's going to give. I don't know when. My prediction is soon. Prepare yourself. Prepare your families. Get yourself stocked up and ready for what's going to come. Because I got a feeling the rate things are going, we may wind up in a pow-pow match between each other in this nation at the rate things are going. Because we have no unifying leadership anywhere. Anyway, folks, Mrs. Old Soldier's on the way back with her grandson. We get to keep him tonight because they're cleaning the apartment, or they're attempting to clean the apartment. Of course, you know, they'd go out and kick out the dope smokers that are in the apartments above and around my daughter and her husband. That'd be probably preferred, but, you know, oh, we can't prove they're doing it, so we can't do nothing about it. You smell it in their apartment. It's a breach of lease, kick their ass out. No, don't want to offend people. If you smoke dope, that's your business. I don't care one way or the other personally, in the sense that if you do it in your own home, keep it there, that's fine. But when it starts affecting others around you, just like drinking, if you want to go to a bar and have a drink in public, that's fine. The moment you get drunk and belligerent, time to go. It's like cigarette smokers. I'm probably going to touch a bone here on that one. I smoked for 25 years. Never smoked in my house. Never smoked in the car with my kids. Okay? We used to travel. If I needed to smoke a cigarette, we stopped. I got out. It's another one of my pet peeves when I see people in the cars with the windows rolled up and their kids in the back seat and they're puffing away. And in North Carolina, that's against the law, but you can't get the police to enforce it. Anyway, I'm just in one of the moods today, folks. My apologies for the language, but anyway, y'all stay safe out there. I will talk to you when I talk to y'all next. Keep your eyes open, stay vigilant, stay armed. Keep your ear to the ground, your eyes open. Keep your head on a swivel. God bless. Take care. Anywho, anyhow, anyway, it's for you again, Brother Kyle. And look forward to hopefully seeing you next week, Brother Kyle. If all works out. So, till then, my friends, y'all take care. Soul Soldier out.